Folks, the National Portrait Gallery from the United Kingdom. What is it? What is it? King James the First and the Sixth of Scott. He was called the Style King. I'm going to just pause it there for a second. Now, brothers and sisters, all due respect, right? Folks, that's the original King James. And as you can see, it tell you that he's from Jacob right here in the signet. See? See right here? Jacob. See that? Jacob. Who's this? Huh? Who's that? That's King James, folks. Let me show you something else. King James, the first of England and the sixth of Scott. And if you want to, you can actually go buy an original print. Folks, you can order this print today, buy it as a greeting card. The original King James right there for you. Huh? So who's this character? Now, they may need to look into the history on him and see whether or not he was, he was walking down dark streets and, philandering with the man-on-man scenarios. Now, maybe this guy did those things, but not King James. And if we don't defend our people, folks, no one will. Because that was an indirect attack by them putting out all of this evil on King James. It was an indirect attack, not just on our people, but Christ himself. These people are evil. Okay? I got the book right here. King James the Sixth and the First and the Reunion of Christendom. Let me take you on a little history lesson. Hit the like button. See, they couldn't whitewash this image, folks. You know why? You know why they couldn't whitewash this image? Because this image was actually done on cloth. It's a woven cloth. So you can't whitewash this. You can't take white paint and turn this into a white man. Look at this. And yes, folks, this is in the introduction of a book that King James put out. It's called the Demonology of King James. Some people might think that King James was dealing with demonology by reading the title. Well, no. It's talking about how he was, that's right, attacking those who were dealing with the dark arts, using demonology as warfare against the people, conjurers, witches, warlocks, tarot card readers, astrologers. He knew that they were opening up gates as a priesthood that could harm the people. So King James began to institute the laws of the Bible, and that's when what? Witches were getting burned at the stake. See? Because why? Women are unassuming, non-threatening. So the Vatican was using these women, nurses and all these things, as Trojan horses to come into our neighborhoods to destroy us by what? By teaching the dark arts amongst different circles as recreation. King James and his family was like, nah, even his Aunt Elizabeth, it was called the Elizabeth Law. Say, no, we're following the Bible over here. You keep that witchcraft, sorcery, and all that over there at the Vatican. We were upholding the laws of God. But let me tell you, the Vatican's greatest weapons were using women who were a part of the dark arts. This is how you secretly tear down a society if you can get women to deal in the dark arts. Witchcraft, Yoruba, astrology. See? Tarot cards. All of these are anti-God. So it says in the book, under the law, tonight I got time. Everything they say, and the arm, the blood, and they had the bloodline of Christ. That's what they did. James explained the seeming contradiction between the view, because how can they be behind so much evil but yet be the bearers of truth? James was questioning the papacy's or the Vatican's authenticity and exposing them. So what did they do? They flipped it. That's what they did. They flipped it. They said, well, you know what? We have history on we have time on our side. We have history on our side. After we take you and your people down from the throne through the blood that has the bloodline of Christ, we'll rewrite the history. And in our history, King James, you'll be the murderer. You'll be the fornicator. You'll be the evildoer. Folks, that's the power of the pen. See? They flipped it. And you know what? They never expected our people to actually look back into these books to correct history. It's through the Holy Spirit that we must stand as the tribe of Judah to defend this man. Why? Because the Christian churches have yet to do so. You would think those who believe in the Bible would take the time and study to defend such a man as King James. So to not what? So to not lose faithful believers to Vatican lies. Hit that like button. Someone says, get in that academy. Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you, people in slavery, these weren't already in England at that time under black Judah and there were Irish people that went into slavery. Yeah, those were from our people. It was Judah and Benjamin.
He's talking about Deuteronomy 28:68, where slavery is proof. The slave trade is proof of like who's the most highest people. Like it's obvious. Like the slave ships, you go into captivity, you forget who you are. Those are the curses because they broke God's laws, the Most High's laws. So, and they say the people, Christ said, the people proclaiming I know the blasphemy of them proclaiming to be Jews, but they're actually the synagogue of Satan. I mean, who else is everybody assuming are the real Jews in Israel? So obviously that's the synagogue right there. So it's pretty obvious. They're Esau, the Romans. They're not Jewish. They're Jewish. So
in minority in England at that time under black nobility, Judah and Benjamin. So when they began to put Irish people in slavery, these weren't European Irishmen. These were the remnants of those who were a part of King James, or what we would call the black nobility of Europe.
and if they lied, Roman Catholics lied about that. What else did they lie about? They lied about Christ's looks, Christ's name. Revelation 1:14-15, that's Christ's looks. They lied on King James, how he looked, and they lied completely on him. So if they lie about them two, they're lying about everything else. Because if you're lying on Christ, the Holy Spirit, second begotten, the first begotten of the Most High, they're lying on Christ Yeshua. Like, bro, they lie about everything, bro. Like, people gotta wake up. Like, it's all a lie, all pagan. Holidays, religion, all pagan, bro. All pagan.
There was never a time where Europe was all white people or European people. That never existed. Now, if you're living in America and you're looking at TV, it would have you believe growing up that all of Europe was all white people. It was never a time all of Europe was white people. Never a time. Especially in the United Kingdom. So when they talk about, well, hold up, how are we all talking about slavery? There were Irishmen who went into slavery. There was no Irish white people who went into slave ships. Those were black people from black nobility, from those who were actually ruling and living in the UK under the throne of King James. Okay? And it's like my man Johnny told you. You must acquit. That's King James right there. King James the sixth, King James, the first of England, and the sixth of Scott.
National website, not some random stuff. Then I'm pretty sure the book they got is from Cambridge University, some like an actual university college, where they have a picture, like a real authentic picture of King James. Like, can't make it up.
Huh?
And again, Deuteronomy 28:68 and Revelation 1:14-15. They're lying about Christ and King James. They're lying about everything else. Because Christ was dark-skinned, Israelite from the tribe of Judah, from the 12 tribes of Israel, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. He wasn't a Roman Jewish convert, Jewish man. She's a Boje. He was just Yeshaya. So.
What you want? Huh? What you want?
All those holidays are not even in the Bible. And people celebrate them. So.
They will tell you this character is King James.
We gotta do research.
Maybe this was, I don't know, definitely wasn't King James. People and disappeared them throughout history. And then they're going to try to tell us in the Christian church, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter when they lying. It mattered to them because if it didn't matter, why lie? So it mattered a lot that they're gonna lie on it.
They took a whole race of people and disappeared them throughout history. Lied and whitewashed the images and told us that they were the people. Now tell me, huh? Yeah. You tell me. That's right, folks. You cannot get John Travolta out of this one. Huh? I got the books. I have the books. And I'm going to show you why this matters. We'll be more than happy reporting back to the Vatican and others that he found, instead of looking into the burial grounds and confirming to was and how bountiful.
I can read that.
So if they were going to bring Christianity over here to America, folks, they would need to bring a new brand of Christianity, a white brand, a lion brand that would have our people see them as not just God's people, but God himself. And that's Francis Bacon, the Bacon family, who was behind reporting back and forth. Link with Jesse. First, that would this take this would be United States. He was living during that time, so I would rather.
All right, Job 13:4.
Okay. Of lies, folks. The Bible calls them out. They are the creator of lies. And guess what? The lie doesn't have to make sense. Because let me tell you, they know every lie is founded out. But the lie they utilize in the moment is all they that's all they care about. Because the lie in the moment is effective for what they're trying to get done at that time. If they can deceive you at that time, they can accomplish something going forward. So they know it'll be figured out later, but by the time you figure it out, it's too late to do anything about what they've done to you and against you while you were in darkness. It's too late. So they know it'll be founded out, but they just have to get you to believe the lie when they roll it out.
They already finessed you already.
Right? Like, look what happened a few years ago, Elder Lawyer, when they told everybody one thing and then they telling everybody something else when the lockdowns and all that happened.
The lie and everything.
Right? They totally flipped it. But they only needed you to believe it at that time. They knew you was going to figure it out.